represents a momentary consensus of value between buyers, sellers, and undecided traders at the moment of transaction. There is a crowd of traders behind every pattern in the chart book. Crowd consensus changes from moment to moment. Sometimes it gets established in a very low-key environment, and at other times, the environment turns wild. Prices move in small increments during quiet times. When a crowd becomes either spooked or elated, prices begin to jump. Imagine bidding for a life preserver aboard a sinking ship. That's how prices leap when masses of traders become emotional about a trend. An astute trader tries to enter the market during quiet times and take profits during wild times. Technical analysts study swings of mass psychology in the financial markets. Each trading session is a battle between bulls, who make money when prices rise, and bears, who profit when prices fall. The goal of technical analysts is to discover the balance of power between bulls and bears and bet on the winning group. If bulls are much stronger, you should buy and hold. If bears are much stronger, you should sell and sell short. If both camps are about equal in strength, a wise trader stands aside. He lets bullies fight with each other and puts on a trade only when he is reasonably sure who is likely to win. Prices, volume, and open interest reflect crowd behavior. So do the indicators that are based on them. This makes technical analysis similar to poll taking. Both combine science and art. They are scientific to the extent that we use statistical methods in computers. They are artistic to the extent that we use personal judgment to interpret our findings. What is the reality behind market symbols, prices, numbers, and graphs? When you check prices in your newspaper, watch quotes on your screen, or plot an indicator on your chart, what exactly are you looking at? What is the market that you want to analyze and trade? Amateurs act as if the market is a giant happening, a ball game in which they can join the professionals and make money. Traders from a scientific or engineering background often treat the market as a physical event. They apply to it the principles of signal processing, noise reduction, and similar ideas. By contrast, all professional traders know full well what the market is. It is a huge mass of people. Every trader tries to take money away from other traders by outguessing them on the probable direction of the market. The members of the market crowd live on different continents. They are united by modern telecommunications in the pursuit of profit at each other's expense. The market is a huge crowd of people. Each member of the crowd tries to take money away from other members by outsmarting them. The market is a uniquely harsh environment because everyone is against you and you are against everyone. Not only is the market harsh, you have to pay high prices for entering and exiting it. You have to jump over 2 high barriers, commissions and slippage, before you can collect a dime. The moment you place an order, you owe your broker a commission. You are behind the game before you begin. Then floor traders try to hit you with slippage when your order arrives on the floor. They try to take another bite out of your account when you exit your trade. In trading, you compete against some of the brightest minds in the world while fending off the piranhas of commissions and slippage. Private traders usually come to the market after a successful career in business or in the professions. An average private futures trader in the United States is a 50-year-old, married, college-educated man. Many futures traders own their own businesses, and many have postgraduate degrees. The 2 largest occupational groups among futures traders are farmers and engineers. Most people trade for partly rational, partly irrational reasons. Rational reasons include the desire to earn a large return on capital. Irrational reasons include gambling and a search for excitement. Most traders are not aware of their irrational motives. Learning to trade takes hard work, time, energy, and money. Few individuals rise to the level of professionals who can support themselves by trading. Professionals are extremely serious about what they do. They satisfy their irrational goals outside the markets, while amateurs act them out in the marketplace. The major economic role of a trader is to support his broker, to help him pay his mortgage and keep his children in private schools. In addition, the role of a speculator is to help companies raise capital in the stock market and to assume a price risk in the commodities markets, allowing producers to focus on production. These lofty economic goals are far from a speculator's mind when he gives an order to his broker. Institutions are responsible for a huge volume of trading. Their deep pockets give them several advantages. They pay low institutional commissions. They can afford to hire the best researchers, brokers, and traders. Some even strike back at floor traders who steal too much in slippage. The spate of arrests and trials of Chicago floor traders in 1990 and 1991 began when Archer Daniels Midland, a food processing firm, brought in the FBI. A friend of mine who heads a trading desk at a bank bases some of his decisions on a service provided by a group of former CIA officers. They scan the media to detect early trends in society and send their reports to him. My trader friend culls some of his best ideas from these reports. The substantial annual fee for those experts is small potatoes for his firm compared with the millions of dollars it trades. Most private traders do not have such opportunities. It is easier for institutions to buy the best research. An acquaintance who used to trade successfully for a Wall Street investment bank found himself in trouble when he quit to trade for himself. He discovered that a real-time quote system in his Park Avenue apartment in Manhattan did not give him news as fast as the squawk box on the trading floor of his old firm. Brokers from around the country used to call him with the latest ideas because they wanted his orders. When you trade from your house, you are never the first to hear the news, he says. Some large firms have intelligence networks that enable them to act before the public. One day, when oil futures rallied in response to a fire on a platform in the North Sea, I called a friend at an oil firm. The market was frantic, but he was relaxed. He had bought oil futures half an hour before they exploded. He had gotten a telex from an agent in the area of the fire well before the reports appeared on the newswire. Timely information is priceless, but only a large company can afford an intelligence network. The firms that deal in both futures and cash markets have two advantages. They have true inside information, and they are exempt from speculative position limits. Recently, I visited an acquaintance at a multinational oil company. After passing through security that was tighter than at Kennedy International Airport, I walked through glass-enclosed corridors. Clusters of men huddled around monitors trading oil products. When I asked my host whether his traders were hedging or speculating, he looked me straight in the eye and said, "Yes." I asked again and received the same answer. Companies crisscross the thin line between hedging and speculating based on inside information. Employees of trading firms have a psychological advantage. They can be more relaxed because their own money is not at risk. Most individuals do not have the discipline to stop trading when they get on a losing streak, but institutions impose discipline on traders. A trader is given two limits: how much he may risk on a single trade, and the maximum amount he may lose in a month. These limits work as stop-loss orders on a trader. With all these advantages, how can an individual trader compete against institutions and win? First, many institutional trading departments are poorly run. Second, the Achilles heel of most institutions is that they often have to trade, while an individual trader is free to trade or stay out of the market. Banks have to be active in the bond market, and food processing companies have to be active in the grain market at almost any price. An individual trader is free to wait for the best trading opportunities. Most private traders fritter away this advantage by overtrading. An individual who wants to succeed against the giants must develop patience and eliminate greed. Remember, your goal is to trade well, not to trade often. Successful institutional traders receive raises and bonuses. Even a high bonus can feel puny to someone who earns many millions of dollars for his firm. Successful institutional traders often talk of quitting and going to trade for themselves. Most traders who leave institutions get caught up in the emotions of fear, greed, elation, and panic when they start risking their own money. They seldom do well trading for their own account. Another sign that psychology is at the root of trading success or failure. The market crowd and you. The market is a loosely organized crowd whose members bet that prices will rise or fall. Since each price represents the consensus of the crowd at the moment of transaction, all traders are...
Oh, there we go, there we go. we're gonna go ahead and get started. Start off by saying good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever you're trading from. Whatever you do, keep in mind your risk management. That's going to be one of the main things we're talking about with me today, personally. I mean, who knew? Who knew? My answer would be everyone that traded well today. And anyone that didn't trade at all. This is the euro dollar. And you just see the strength it has right now within not even going into the Asian session here. We'll see what happens. I'm going to do a recap on my trading day. I ended the day yesterday pretty well. Locked out the account, didn't trade much more in it. And then complete plot twist. And as always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. And stay healthy, my friends. It has been made to my knowledge that my mic sucks. So I'll be getting one of those pretty soon here. I already ordered it. Or it just might be me in general. Let me get my notes together. I'm gonna drop some levels here. As we're dropping those levels, I'll tell you about my day. Stay tuned. That should be fun. This is just a journal of my journey. We're trading with the prop firm, and now alongside of all my live accounts. So we're definitely live action now. This is a live account here. Real money, no prop firm. If I had to quit my day job, I would have fired myself today, maybe yesterday. But this is what I do. Enjoy. This is my live journal. And we're gonna go from there. Be back in a few. recognize that my first mistake today was I didn't look at not one chart, I didn't analyze not anything. And I'm not in a place where I can say I'm gonna buy here and sell here, just opening up any chart. Let's say not in the futures. So we pull up a futures chart. Let's see what we can pull up. Let's just do. What was the trade this morning? I was trading ES this morning. All I do is sell at any point in time. I don't think I put my first trade in until about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I have to go back and review. But of course, I wanted to try to scalp, and I did a damn good job at it. The problem is, I continue to give the gains that I chopped out of there right back. I ended up needing just under $500 to quit. I was going to say graduate a prop firm challenge over at Top Step past their combine. So I said to myself, I'll just go in and get what I need off the market and set up for the day. And oh boy, how did that turn? I ended up down and down and up and up. And down and down and up and up. And out traded myself. Over traded. Yeah, I ended up in the red here. That's another prop firm over at Apex. It's over trading. This is a live account I just started and ended up red there. I was up in this account. This isn't technically a live account yet. I don't know how they work over here. It's still demo, or however the hell that works. Those are those two. Let's go to my top X. I didn't do too bad there. Put in my trades for the morning. I did those in the agent session last night. Traded pretty well last night across all of my platforms. Came to live. And I go over the Top Step and miss my moves. So, there's every excuse in the book for this. The only excuse there is me. Over leverage, especially today. And surprisingly, I should have blown those counts way earlier than what I did. But I managed them well using my system. This day was just madness if you was in just one direction. It's kind of hard to call that bottom, right? So it still looks like it's trying to do whatever it wants to do. So for something like this, I would say a good time to trade would be the slower markets, because then it would move like it got some sense. I feel like this is regular movement in the ES. Well, I haven't looked at this chart just yet. Let me stop. Last night, it seemed like the movements or something useful I was trading the range in across other platforms. Yeah, so we're gonna stay far away from this for a little while, especially during this session here. I mean, it's beautiful, but as soon as you say "but," you start making excuses for other shit. It's just not gonna catch me right now. I will set some things up because I am seeing some levels. I'll just come back to those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get over into my other screens up. It's apparent I didn't check my OBS. And that's another reason I'm not trading fully in these markets, just grabbing my content and getting used to all this stuff. By the time I get on and start creating, I've already made my moves in my live accounts, and I'm actually comfortable with getting on here and trying to do some things in the prop firm, trying out some new strats. But what works for you just works for you. So just stick to what you originally do. The chart of Bitcoin right now, this is nuts. I heard some guys saying they want to see it low. How low can you go? 74s. Seeing 74s today. I'm usually watching all the crypto markets, but the futures have definitely grabbed my attention. Got a little bit ways to the downside. It'd be ugly. Not going to say what I see there. And keep it pushing here. They're horrible in this today. And then we're here. From really close to payouts to resetting combines, or no, restarting combines, to resetting combines, to hell, all of the above. You see, copy trading, all the excuses, like I said, but the main corporate is myself. One day, what an idiot, right? I could never. And here I am, stuck in my own rut. Well, we identified the problem, and no problem solving. It's a solution. Don't do stupid shit. Keep it simple. Traded lots of bill notes today. Lots and lots of bill notes today went through my hands and through the accounts. Like I was saying, the size I was trading, I traded it really well. The problem is that I overtraded. So with the amount of accounts that I have, I'm gonna get on a rotation as if, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 accounts here. Got a live account. This isn't the one. I have a live account with these guys. It's paying out money. I got another account, this account here, that's paying out. Well, I haven't paid anything out yet here, but we'll get that done. Got the Apex account. That's a $20,000 pass. And then I'm gonna do one more jab to the top. Best day, worst day. Ridiculous. All in 2 days. Well, it was the same day, but yeah. Then it wasn't all at one time, so I'm just not gonna overtrade them here. I was able to get up and get some things done. Honestly, this is my happy place. I like doing this shit here, especially when I'm putting on green in the rest of my accounts. Due to it's none of your business, I'm only going to show a couple. I think the Forex one's going to be good, so I get to mix it up a little bit in different markets. And then I'll probably trade metals in one account. Then I can trade live cattle in another. So we can get after some of that. Let's keep it in a rotation, watching the markets. So this is what is done around here. Yes. Yeah. I think the euro, dollar. I forgot this euro USD. What am I doing? Well, I'm not surfing through this. I'm just gonna open up with some type of move. I'm gonna prepare. Let's see, I got some levels set out. So once they open, and unless this is a huge move where I can just jump in after the whip and not in front of it. I'll see how it's forming. Got some ways to go. Got a little bit of ways to go if you wanted to. Get somewhere middle range. But then come all the way down and back up again and just keep on going up with all this tariff news. So I'm not going to try to get counter trend against much of nothing today. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Let's see if any guys around in the DJing chat. I doubt it. I haven't heard much from anything or anyone, so I think we all might be on that same shipwreck boat. We hadn't got together this morning So we'll see what's going on. Just my journal to myself and others. It's none of your business. What a contradiction. Alrighty. I'm just waiting on 8 o'clock. And from there, just see what it's gonna do. Take a look over my trades from the day. Get right back to you. A lot of the homies know when they say I lose $5, I'm really mad on the day. That's a prime example of how to lose $5 in the market. I'll lose $5 like that any day. But yeah, this is a prime example of where I caught my levels at before we even got this started, kicked off. I wasn't doing that. I see a sell down to the short side. I want to see some nines with it going up there and retesting that and not really doing nothing. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep my hands off ball for this. I'm gonna keep. I can't. Yup, we're sticking to some rules. I'm just chilling. I might not even put a trade on at all. I overtraded and overtraded and overtraded. I need to see what's going on in other markets. I'm just gonna go from there. I'm gonna prepare my top X count. This is gonna be my last reset. Hopefully I don't have to make any other resets other than the ones at the end of the month. I'll take those fair and square. Get back into XFA over in Top Step. Get halfway funded over there. Yeah. Don't overtrade, don't do stupid shit. Wish I had some of the homies in there to share their experiences and all the things they've done. And just eliminate some trades, love that expression. I definitely traded some things very, I don't know. It was all within the fear of missing out. And then you're getting out of the drawdown, then you're right there next year. You're passing the combine again, then it was just a repeated cycle. I didn't use the lockout button not once today. The only place that I can use the lockout button, I didn't use it. And the tools are there. Overall, I would say Top Step is where it's at. You know, there are some other prop firms that had some really good things going on that I do appreciate that Top Step does not have. But the risk management through Top Step is fairly amazing. Look at that, it should have stayed in there. But you know, it's doing the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. Catch it. But yeah, those are my levels there for that. It's probably gonna come down, clear this fair value gap at some point in time, and take back off. But as always, do your own research. Look at that. Alright, y'all. Give me a second. I'm still here. I'll be up and I think I might just leave this open. I'm gonna get all my stuff together to get trading for the Euro Open / New York Open. I'll just take my time. I'll probably go in and out, but I'm here. I'm just gonna journal live. This is real shit. I didn't get a chance to because I was, of course, chasing my tail all morning. And you know, it's kind of ridiculousness. But you know, it's halfway easier just to leave a stream up and rolling, but I don't want to get too much time on there. So, and that's a whole nother thing, trying to trade and run all this system. OBS. And the trade was a beautiful trade. Just not for me. Yeah. survive. Wherever I lose $5 at, using my stop loss, right? Anybody that's going back and watching. You see me dropping those, you know what I'm doing, you know what's going on. I'm always accurate, but most time they play well. I'll be back. Definitely not a level I'm playing around in. I'm just looking back over at this euro. Do some housekeeping. But you know, that's why we do our own research. Let's hit this level 3 times here. We'll see what it ends up doing going into the Europe Open. So, let me get out of here. Be healthy. It's just too much going on in the markets. I'm gonna get some rest for midnight tonight. I'm sure be a lot going on. I'm gonna be right here doing the same thing over again. This little midnight tariff rush. I'll be cool. Probably be some volume. Maybe to the downside, maybe to the upside in some things. We'll find it out. Alright, so I'm gonna get some rest. I'll be back. I'll be back. Definitely be back. Gonna go reset this top step for the last time. And I'm gonna hold this one near and dear. This is it. Then I'm gonna copy trade the other 4. I'm gonna copy trade 2 at a time. I think that might work. Alright. I'll see you guys soon. Have some night owl action going on come midnight. I'll be on somewhere in between there. You guys have a good one.